You're listening to Lore Friendly with Chris Takahashi and Alice Bell.
I'm back from the dead again.
Yes, you are. You left me alone to talk about Stranger Things by myself. That was just a weird experience.
You know what? That gave you the chance to just rag on me completely. So, without any comeback.
Yes, it did. It did. Did my bitterness come through?
I felt like you really missed me.
Yes, I did.
To be honest, you just kept on mentioning me at random bits, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, mate,
That's how it works.
this is our marriage. Is this how you talk to yourself when I leave you for one of my boy toys?"
Pretty much. Although, typically, I end up just watching the TV and talking to Matthew McConaughey. I don't know who would be on TV at the moment. But let's say Matthew was on there.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
He's in everything. Him and Tom Cruise.
Yeah. That's more film than TV, but I'll give it you.
Yeah, that's true. But you could be watching movies on the TV, so that I'm safe there.
I mean, the world is a magical place, and technology has gone very far. So
It has. I mean, I'm not the kind of person who watches movies in the theaters. We've established that, so I'm probably watching it at home anyway.
fair. Yeah.
Wasn't Matthew McConaughey one of the sexiest men alive before? Wasn't he? Didn't he win that award?
What award? What?
I just want to say that I was once again robbed for the title of sexiest man alive. It's a complete travesty.
Oh yeah, it was that weird fucking country singer. Who voted for him? Because
I don't know.
not my kind of. No.
I voted for myself, so.
I would have voted for you as well if I knew what you looked like.
2 votes. That's true.
Sexiness is on the inside,
Yeah, well, in that case, I don't stand a chance.
You're just dark and rotted like the upside down.
Yeah. My inside is even worse than the outside, so I'm not saying something.
Yeah, are people who voted for him okay? Because, he's not the sexiest man alive. I know that I didn't vote for him, and I would not vote for him.
I don't know anything about him. Maybe he has a sexy personality. I don't know.
I don't know. He's just not aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I think that's why The Rock won last year, because The Rock is the most asexual person in the world. I think he's just I don't know.
He's just super fucking hench.
He's just like this big shiny egg person. I don't know.
Wow. I think it's because he has a lot of charisma.
See, that's what I was saying. On the inside, he has charisma. He's very sexy personality-wise. He's a very sexy human being in that sense. So maybe the same is true for, what's his name? Blake?
Yes. It's a very white name.
It's very, 21st century white name, I'd say.
Yeah. Would you trust someone called Blake?
I don't know. Is Blake a guy or a girl?
I think it's a guy.
No, is Blake a guy or a girl's name? I'm sure there's Blake.
I think it's a guy's name. There was a dickhead in my school called Blake.
I think it's genderless. But
I know it was a last name. We have William Blake.
Yes, but there's a trend of names that are very genderless sounding, like Ashton or Blake, or that you would associate with somebody from Huntington Beach or something like that.
Where the fuck's Huntington Beach?
It's near the ocean.
Oh. Okay.
So you get a lot of surfers and people like that.
Dude.
Exactly.
Did you totally see Blake the other day? He totally did a 180 nosedive. Oh my god.
Blake, Ashton,
Dude.
Tristan is another one that sounds like something that you would associate with a certain person.
Yeah, I can see that actually, yeah.
But yeah, in other me news, besides being denied for Sexiest Man Alive, I also made my voice acting debut recently.
No, you've already made your voice acting debut, Chris. This is
Did
you
I?
extending your... Yeah, you voiced someone screaming in one of your mods.
That's right. I did the Wilhelm scream.
This is you extending your portfolio.
Yes, that's true.
And what an impressive performance it is, might I say.
Yeah.
That came off as really sarcastic, sorry.
Yeah. No. You're perfect on that assessment. This is a mod that is made or is voiced strictly by mod authors. and so it's not the most immersive mod, I would say. It's a little bit out there, but another mod author asked me to voice it, and I guess, that was the point. He didn't care how poorly it was acted, so yeah. It was really a very strange experience, I'll say that.
You did pretty well, I think. Like, I've listened to it, it was pretty impressive. Like, for your first, like, performance that wasn't just screaming into a microphone, you did pretty damn good.
I think the one part that is considered, like, better than average is the mic quality. It's not the acting, it's the fact that I can scream into this mic and not clip. I think that was, like, the one advantage I had over someone who might be, like, a great theater actor or something, or very good at screaming, but did not have the equipment to do so.
Yeah.
So kudos to me and my mic.
Yeah, kudos to you for spending money on decent equipment.
Yes. So, look for that, or don't.
You
look
should
for
probably
that,
name it. You should probably give the name of the mod so people know what they're looking for.
I'm kind of dancing around it because I don't know if we're supposed to even talk about it.
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, it's by Skinny Tech Boy. I'll just say that. I think he might have released a trailer.
Keep on the lookout for it, guys. Keep on the lookout. They should have got...
If you want to hear your ears bleed.
They should have had... they should have just, like, let us put our podcast on there. Not even give us a script. Just, like, 2 NPCs.
Yeah, just talking. Just chatting
40
it up.
minutes of this shit. Yeah. It'd be fantastic.
What would your name be if I'm the Great Mysterio? Because in this mod I play, what is it, a fortune teller?
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch the video. I don't actually know the context of this character. I just sort of read the lines and screamed them. But yeah, so what would your name be if I'm the Great Mysterio?
Ooh. Soltara.
Soltara, that is very good.
I can be like your magical assistant.
But since it's Skyrim, you could just be an assistant made entirely of salt. You just be a salt monster.
Yes! Oh my god, yes, I could basically just be one of the frost astronauts, and we could just say that instead of frost, it's salt.
Oh.
Perfect! Chris, get on it! I know it's not your mod, but get on it!
Or we could make even a salt troll. Is that a thing? Can you be a salt troll? Can you be both trolling and a salty person?
Yes. I mean, I definitely over-exaggerate my saltiness a lot of the time, so we could probably say that that's kind of trolly,
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's like an oxymoron or something.
Nah.
Because salt would be more of just like real passion, whereas troll is fake passion.
I don't know. I haven't really thought that hard about the etymology of troll and salt. I want to be a trollty.
Salt Atronach would probably work better. Salt Atronach. As always, I defer to you.
Plus, we don't have to do, like, any reskinning or anything. Like, we don't have to do any, like, complicated shit,
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
New mod. So, along with Meridia's bacon, look out for the Salt Atronach mod.
I mean, you need salt to cure meats anyway. So really the two mods go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. It's like how you can't have Frostfall without Cloaks of Skyrim kind of thing. I feel like that's a combination.
Maybe I should replace all the... What are they? They're like Phantom Shades or something in like the Meridia's Bacon Quest and replace them with Salt Atronachs.
Yes. Do it.
And then as combat dialogue, we could just use like salty comments you've made.
Game of Thrones, man. What a fucking show. Jesus Christ. Who watches this shit?
Imagine that in VR.
Which is out now. Nice segue. Well done. That was thought out. I'm proud of you, Chris.
So Skyrim VR came out, yes.
And it's getting pretty good reviews.
Which is surprising for a port of a VR game that wasn't ever meant to be a VR game.
No. I mean, Okay, so how old is Skyrim now? Skyrim turned 6 last week?
Yes, it's easy to know the date for Skyrim because it's 11/11/11.
Yeah. Fuck, Skyrim's 6. I've wasted so much of my life. What?
But the thing is, the game is even like worse graphically looking than the old Skyrim because they have to like grade it down.
Yeah.
Downgrade it. That's the word I'm looking for. Grade it down. Downgrade it just so the like frames don't like make you vomit and shit. And it probably still makes you vomit.
Yeah. I mean, I read a Kotaku review and they were like, yeah, I really enjoy it, but it kind of makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, and it probably depends on person to person because I think to get the full experience, you probably have to use a controller. I mean, like to walk. I don't know. You have to use like joysticks and shit. But I did find it neat that they changed the combat mechanics. I was kind of thinking that originally that they were gonna keep the same sort of animations, and every time you swung, it was just gonna do the default swing. But looking at it, you can actually like wiggle your sword and just hit like Draugr that way.
I love wiggling a good sword.
Yeah.
That's it. We lasted 17 minutes without dick jokes.
Yeah. If you wiggle it too much, it'll spit at you. So you probably shouldn't do that too much. But it's kind of neat that I think that you can like stab behind you and stab a Draugr behind you.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, fuck, I wish I could play it.
And get motion sickness.
Yeah. I don't get motion sick, from what I know.
Oh.
I'm like part of the minority who doesn't actually get motion sickness.
So, can you read inside a car?
Yeah.
And not get motion sick? Oh.
I have siblings. It was literally the only thing I could do in the car without wanting to rip their heads off.
Oh. Because I found that out very early. I didn't understand why that was the case, but...
No, I can read in a car, planes, anything like that. The only issue that I have with, like, traveling is that my ears refuse to pop when I'm on a plane.
Oh, okay.
So I get a bit headachy, which isn't ideal, you know?
So you're one of the special people, the chosen few who can play VR, play the next generation of video games.
Yes.
And leave the rest of us schmoes behind with our vomit buckets.
I am the next evolution of gamer. We are going to weed you out through natural selection. You are all going to get left behind in the dust.
I mean, it could happen. It could happen if all like the companies start focusing on VR and it turns out that they can't solve the motion sickness problem. They might just say, well, fuck you guys. We're just going to sell it to these chosen
They're not going
people.
to do that because bear in mind that some of these chosen few might be poor.
Yes,
and
that's true.
Might not be able to afford it, you know?
Plus, if it's a chosen few, then you're not going to have the numbers, more or less.
Yeah, they're not going to make much of a profit doing that, are they?
Mm.
So what were we talking about?
Skyrim VR.
Oh yes, wiggling swords.
Yes, that's right. They also have like pretty cool motion with the bow. You can draw back your bow with like the motion controllers and fire. So stealth archers out there, I think it's kind of immersive to be able to do
Everyone's a stealth archer, Chris.
that.
You're literally addressing our every Skyrim player. I once managed to do a whole playthrough without being a stealth archer.
Wow.
Instead, I was a stealth fireball thrower. Stealth's just so fucking useful, especially if you're a mage.
Do you get bonuses firing fireballs in stealth?
I don't think so. With some of the mods that I've got, you might get.
No,
Yeah.
you could go bound bow, like Rumarin style.
Oh, I wasn't quite that.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just like fireball thrower.
It
was
kind of
great.
defeats the purpose because stealth archer is overpowered because it lets you stay hidden and gives you multipliers like times 4, times 8.
Yeah, but mages are like mechanically like defensively weak. So staying in stealth is kind of useful for that.
Especially on easy mode.
Sure.
So when you fire your fireballs, like you're out of stealth immediately because everybody knows where you are. Because you're
Yeah, but then you just like abuse the stealth mechanics and go back into stealth. So long as nobody's seen you, you're fine.
Okay. What's that
I have a
thing where it's
talent for abusing mechanics.
Yeah, especially on your second or third playthrough, like the combat aspect gets boring. So what I usually
Yeah.
do is I just mod myself like a super like high powered weapon and I just place it at the beginning. Like in that first tower that gets blown
Yep.
up, it's like I just place like a fucking bow or a sword there that's like 999 damage.
Wow.
Look what someone just left on the ground here.
Magic! Oh my god, what a coinky dink.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't think that you actually played games anymore.
No, I don't.
I thought
play
that you just destroyed them.
Yeah, pretty much. But I do play to test, and sometimes you kind of have to play the game in order to test because, like, if you're not playing it, you miss stuff. Like I recently missed like an idle commentary repeating over and over again because when I was testing, I was fast traveling and using the console to get from place to place.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually playing the game, and so I didn't see this bug. So it helps if you actually play, and then you'll catch things that you normally didn't catch. Same with the settler mod. It turns out that if you spam all the settlers into one location, they'll like start talking over each other, and it gets pretty noisy. Like I wouldn't have known that had I not actually played the game. So, yeah.
So
It
in other
helps.
news, if anyone wants to playtest some of Chris's mods, you can donate to your Patreon? Is that how
No, that's not how it works.
I wouldn't know.
Patreon
I
is
don't have
separate.
access. I don't have access to your Patreon. So I don't know what your rewards are.
The rewards are usually just posts. Just like extra like commentary.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, I have access to your Patreon. I am actually
Yeah.
putting money into your pocket, so
Yeah, you are.
I know what's up.
You're basically my boyfriend.
I'm supposed to be getting rewards as your boyfriend.
What rewards are you meant to be getting? I don't give stuff out easily, Chris.
That's true. I'm gonna have to up my contribution, I guess.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Stranger Things.
Sure, why not? Let's just go into that.
Yeah, Chris, since when did we ever have a fucking plan?
Never.
Man,
But somehow, with the magic of editing, we make it work.
exactly. For our whole 50 listeners.
Edgic, it's called. Editing magic.
It's beautiful. That's a lovely term. Is that an actual term or just like one that you've come up with?
No, it's an actual term. I am not that witty. It's definitely a term. I was reading because I've been watching for the first time. I've been watching Survivor.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I swallowed and it went down the wrong hole.
That happens.
This is why you spit.
Yes. Lesson is spit, don't swallow.
Well, use a condom, then you don't have to make that choice. What?
But yeah, Stranger Things. Should we talk about it?
So, I watched it half an hour ago. More like an hour ago now, because we've been recording for a while.
How far are you in the series as a whole?
Oh, I finished.
Of course, you bastard.
That's why I'm rewatching episodes.
Because you're not sure how far we've gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first thing that happened from last episode was Will getting possessed by the big bad.
Yes,
and-
he did. And
Yes.
it was kind of spoopy.
Yeah. And then Joyce basically goes full Mama Bear mode. She,
My boy! My boy! Will!
drives to the school, rescues him. Well, it was already too late, but
Yeah.
brings him
Will!
home.
My boy! That's my Joyce impression.
It's kind of a theme for these like last couple of episodes where we don't know if something is a positive or negative change, or it's left ambiguous, like the
Yeah.
whole thing with Dart and the Polywog. I mean, it's obviously like a mini Demogorgon from last season, but at the same time, because what's his face, Dustin is raising it, there's a question of like maybe the nurture will overcome the nature.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the same thing with Will, is the stuff he's seeing.
Is it going to help or hinder everyone?
Yeah, exactly. It's just, at this point, I don't know. I mean, you know.
No, I don't.
Thanks.
I literally forget everything. It goes in one ear and out
That's
the
true.
other. I'm kind of an idiot.
But I like that. I like how it's kind of just playing with your emotions like that.
Yeah. It keeps you on your toes. You're not exactly sure where it's going to go. But unlike other shows that could be mentioned, it builds up to its twists and things like that. Like, it isn't trying to pull the rug out from underneath you. It's just trying to keep you on your toes kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, every time I think that Dart is cute or, like, you know, like a good pet, he'll start fucking screaming at you, and then he ate the fucking dog. Or
Cat!
Was it a cat?
It's a cat, Chris. God.
Whatever. Dog, cat, same shit. A pet that
How
needs to be
rude.
fed.
I mean, that could be a hamster, a snake. That could be Dart. Who fucking knows?
The point is, that was fucking gruesome and chilling.
Oh, yeah. Like, that poor cat. So that's the end of the episode.
Some of the other stuff that happened. Hopper's parenting. We got a full glimpse of that.
You feel bad for both of them, because Hopper's obviously, like, sticking his neck out for Elle, looking after her and stuff like that. He's got his own trauma to do with his own daughter and things like that. Whereas at the same time, you feel for Elle because she's... I'm antisocial, but I would hate to be cooped up for a year, not able to see my friends, not knowing what's going on in the outside world kind of thing. Like, you can see both sides of the argument, and neither of them's in the right.
Yeah, the thing is, with Hopper, he's doing things that a normal parent would do. I mean, you're supposed to ground your kids, you're supposed to discipline your kids, you're supposed to, you know, do certain things, but this is, like, not a normal situation. You know, this is a kid who's been traumatized for being isolated from the outside world. Like, you're basically feeding into that trauma, more or less, by doing the same thing.
They're just replicating it, but with a TV.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just not normal. It's just, and that's sort of what's causing issues, it seems like. And with Elle, I mean, she's also in a similar predicament where, I mean, it's normal for kids to lash out. It's normal for kids to get angry, but at the same time, she has, like, powers that could extend beyond, you know, just like what a normal parent-child argument is. Like, you could actually, like, see her freaking out and accidentally killing Hopper, like, if it was like a real life scenario. It's obviously not going to happen because it's a TV show, but, you know, if this was in real life, like, a tantrum could turn, like, fucking hostile and end up killing somebody. So it's just, it's not an ideal situation for either of them, just because of all the crap that's happened. But
yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. Basically,
in happier stuff, we had more basketball.
Are you allowed contact in basketball? Is that, like, a thing?
Yes.
Oh.
You are allowed contact, but the thing is, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. Any of the things he does or says, though. What's his name?
Billy.
Okay, thank you. Mullet head.
Dickhead, yeah.
Anything Billy does or says it just looks so fake. And I don't know if that's the point. Like, I was talking about this last episode to myself, but I don't know if that's the point. Because, you know, the 80s, there's a lot of sports in the 80s where TV shows would kind of have actors do things that were beyond them, and it always ended up looking up stupid. So I don't know if that's intentional or not. But yeah, everything he says doesn't make sense. He's like, you're moving your feet, you know, take the charge or something. You're supposed to play defense with your feet. The people who play bad defense play with their... Anyways, I'm not going to go into
this is your area of expertise, Chris. Yeah. Just like mine is the logistics of naval battles. Yeah. Yours is basketball. This is where you can let your knowledge shine.
Yeah, like, the thing is, you're supposed to play defense with your feet and not your hands. So if he was using his feet to slide and slid in front of him, that would be good defense. Like, standing still is not... it just doesn't make any sense. I don't even want to go into it because it's going to get too technical, but yeah. The point is, Billy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, cool.
But it does seem like it's like a metaphor for him taking over Steve's place at the high school. But
yeah, it's like Kingpin.
Yeah, but not only that, like, Steve's role as, like, a pseudo villain. Like, in season 1, Steve and John had this kind of thing where, like, Steve was more of the bully, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? Jonathan? Yeah, Jonathan. Steve was more the bully. He was kind of the villain role of the high school. And now Billy is that guy. So it's kind of like he's taken over that role as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like Billy as a character. He doesn't strike me as having the same kind of nuance that Steve did, and that's why Steve was such a successful character.
Billy is knockoff version of Steve. He's the
Yeah, pretty much.
Discount Steve. Let's not even call him by his name. Let's just call him Discount Steve.
Yeah, he's just not a good character, you know?
Off-brand Steve.
Yeah, he's like own brand to Eggos kind of thing. Own brand, supermarket brand Eggos to actual Eggos.
That would actually taste really awful. Because again, Eggos in itself are like off-brand waffles, aren't they?
Are they? I've never had Eggos.
Yeah, they're pre-cooked waffles.
Okay.
You know, anything pre-cooked isn't good. Imagine like pre-cooked bacon. Same thing. Pre-cooked waffles. The fact that she loves them is more of a 1980s thing.
Nah. Yeah, I can see that, but still. We're missing the point. Billy is basically... he strikes me as being like a less nuanced, redeemable version of Steve. And like, I know when they were writing Steve, they initially planned for him to be like this one-dimensional human antagonist type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But because the actor was so charismatic and he put on such a good performance, they changed the direction in which they took the character for season 1. And I kind of wish that there was some hints of them doing that with Billy.
But then at the same time, you don't want to go down the same road, right? I mean, that's the problem with just constantly making sequels and stuff. You're going to run out of ideas and it's going to be harder to replicate what you did prior. But at the same time, you don't want to replicate it. You want to make something new. Yeah. And so that's where...
I'm not saying that I want Billy to be redeemed or anything like that, like Steve seems to be being. I'm saying that I just want him to be a little more nuanced, because at the minute he's just this abusive one-note arsehole.
Yeah, that's true. You can be a two-note asshole.
Who's racist. I think he's racist.
Yeah, that whole thing with Max and the kid, yeah. So basically, there's your nuance. He's also racist. I don't
Woohoo!
know.
Because that's what we need in our media. Yeah. More racist white guys.
Yeah, he's awful.
Because we don't get enough of that in today's world.
We also had Nancy and Jonathan doing their secret recording of the Institute.
Yeah. And, okay. Game of Thrones comparison coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is how you do a decent twist. Okay? They alluded to the fact that they were taking something upstairs in, I think, the previous episode, where the mom was like, "Oh, what have you got in there?"
Yeah. Didn't they have a shot of Nancy looking at a tape recorder as well? Like when they were sitting on the car?
I think so, yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Like, you don't notice it straight away, but on a rewatch, you're like, okay, yeah, I can see how they did that. Whereas with that show that I don't like, where they pulled the rug out from under Batfinger's fucking feet, like, that's not how you do a twist. This is how you do a twist. You set something up, you pre-establish the conditions, so, like, yes, they have this. They have the tape recorder. Yes, okay, so they're luring them out. They know that they're listening in, kind of thing. Like, you can see it on a rewatch, like, how they've set it up. One thing I can't understand, though, why didn't they search them?
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
Before they went in? That was a bit of a...
Well, that and the whole trope where the villains explain, like, all the all the shit they did. Like, they basically confess before they usually kill the hero, but yeah.
Yeah, it definitely played into the trope a little bit. But, I mean, it was better than just pulling it out of their arse, but I mean, I feel like it could have been executed a little bit better.
Yeah. They did still, like, seed it well with the whole tape thing and the call to Barb's parents, which felt like emotional. Like, it felt like they were going in one direction and then they flipped it around and went the other direction. Especially also the fact that they looked like they were sort of surprised to see the Institute people around them at the park, so that kind of played into the whole twist. But
Yeah.
much better executed than some of the Game of Thrones twists, which caused you so
But it
much
was
salt.
it did require a bit of dumbing down of the Institute for that kind of plan to work. They're not even called the Institute, are they?
Hawkins people? I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I call them the Institute. That's who they are now.
I'm just worried. Do you have enough space there after summoning that Salt Atronach?
I'm trying to keep it at bay, okay? I'm trying to keep it at bay.
Because anytime Game of Thrones comes up, I know it's just like that spell is cast and.
It's the summoning ritual, you know, the master level, you know, waving your arms about and then like that. I wish you could see it. I just did a fantastic miming of it, you know?
That will have to wait until we go on video, which will never happen.
No, it'll never happen. Nobody needs to see my face at 9 o'clock on a Monday evening.
Or mine at all times of the day.
Aw, babe. We could just do it in masks.
Yeah, that's true.
I could put my makeup on.
I could put my mask on, my Halloween mask.
Yeah, you could put your ski mask on.
So romantic.
It'll be fine. Yeah. Aw, babe.
What else happened? Oh, we had the whole vines under the pumpkin patch thing.
You know what you were saying in the first episode that we reviewed with Dig Dug?
Yeah. There we go.
Dig Dug!
I'm a genius.
Not quite as well done, I think, as the D&D session was.
A lot, like, it goes back to what I was talking about with sequels and stuff. They're always going to have to try and top what they did previously. Like, with Joyce and the whole jigsaw puzzle thing was pretty, like, lame as far as her puzzle solving skills go. Whereas in season 1, she did that whole fucking thing with the lights, which was fucking bananas.
Which was fantastic visually and, like, plot-wise.
This one...
Whereas this, it's just like, we're just scribbling some pictures down. It's fine.
The fact that I immediately recognized that it was part of a bigger piece of a puzzle makes me think that it wasn't all that well thought out. If I even saw it, I mean, and I'm not the most attentive person, so it's just, yeah. It's a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
They set the bar very high.
It would have had to have done something completely out of the box and completely incredible to try and exceed the first season, which I just don't think that they've managed to do. Like, it's still good television, but it's just not on the same level. Like, you can see them trying to replicate the formula of the first season and just not quite hitting it, you know? Which is a shame, because it's a fantastic show, and to be lesser than season 1 isn't to say that it's, like, suddenly gone bad or anything like that. It's just that it's now a good show.
Yeah, I'm having a lot easier time than I expected in holding off binge watching it.
The first season was very bingeable.
Yeah, I binged that shit like a motherfucker.
Oh god, yeah. I watched it like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah. This one, I mean, part of it is just we're hitting the same notes.
Yeah, Will's in trouble, kind of thing. Joyce is screaming about Will. Yeah, it's not got the same... It hasn't got that... You know? That impact.
What were you just smacking yourself?
Yes. Impact.
Smacking booty.
No, I was slapping my palm, Chris. Is that what your ass sounds like?
I'm sitting down, so I can't smack my own butt.
Why are you smacking your hip?
Because a hip is close to a butt.
Your hand is right. Your hand is right there. This is what this podcast has evolved.
Why would I smack my other hand?
Because
That's just clapping, Alice.
Because you can get it close to the microphone.
Smacking a hand is not smacking something. It's clapping. You're clapping, Alice.
I'm backhanding my hand, Chris. Backhand you in a minute.
Well, now you're making a point. Like when you backhand your hand, you're kind of just like you're talking. You know how people talk with their hands. It's like hand-on-hand violence.
My left hand's very abusive to my right. My left hand is the
are you
dominant
left-handed?
hand. Yep, cack-handed, as my mum would say.
What?
Because it's messed up.
Cack-handed?
Did you know that that in the Victorian era, if you were left-handed, you used to have to learn to write with your right hand because the left hand
sure.
was the hand of the devil?
Back then they were fucking crazy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to consult the Urban Dictionary because cackhand doesn't seem like a word to me. Huh. So it means an awkward or inept way of doing something, originally meaning left-handed, stemming from cultures that use their right hand to eat and their left hand to wipe their behind.
Wow! I didn't know
Thank you, Urban
that!
Dictionary. And well, that's the Urban Dictionary. Who knows how fucking real that is. But
yeah.
Wait, do you use your left hand to wipe your ass?
I use my left hand to eat.
I use my left to wipe my ass.
That's because you're right-handed.
Well, no, it's because the toilet paper is on my left side. Like, if the toilet paper was on the right side, I would probably use my right hand to wipe my ass, right?
I don't know. It depends on
a-
how dexterous your hands are.
Are there such things as right-handed toilet paper, or is it always on the left?
Now that you mention it, what shit? I have never noticed that before.
Yes.
What?
Mind blown.
Actually blown, yes.
I think it is
Wow.
on the left.
Oh my god.
Now that I'm trying to kind of recollect all the times I've been in public
Oh,
bathrooms, I think it's on the left.
Oh my god. Holy shit. This is an important discovery. So, last time I was on the podcast, you learnt about the etymology of Yavaska. This time, we've learnt about how toilets are designed for you to wipe your bum with your left hand. Holy shit! What? Oh my god. Oh man, that's amazing.
I think
The more
so.
you know, guys. The more you fucking know.
What a discovery.
Jesus.
On that note, I think
Yeah.
we should end the podcast.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, I think I'm good. Think we're good. Unless you want to get into arse wiping more.
I could talk about ass wiping all day, Alice, but
Arse wiping.
we only
Arse.
ass wiping, but we only have an hour, so tune in next week.
Bye.
Did you ask Takahashi to play dicks?
Yes.
He's already downloading a file?
I know.
I don't
know
understand
why.
that.
Takahashi. Takahashi. Please. I wanted it to be a surprise for you. And it wasn't. Because you saw it. Bot play dicks.
Oh, does he have audio commands? No, he doesn't have
don't
audio
know.
commands, does he? Bot play dicks.
Yes. Bot play dicks. Please.